What if I told you the biggest luxury home you'll tour this week isn't in Beverly Hills, it's right here in Valencia? On today's new construction home tour, we're at the Tesoro Highlands, the elevated master plan community known for its incredible views, hillside living, and future resort style amenities. And today we're stepping inside the Arpina model from the Altamont Collection by Toll Brothers, a quick move-in, brand new construction home offering 4,718 square feet, 5 bedrooms, and 5.5 baths. So let's walk through this home together, from the dramatic entry to the floating staircase, chef's kitchen, and the soaring ceilings. If you've been looking for a Los Angeles new construction home tour or a Valencia luxury model home, this one is going to set the bar. Scott Himmelstein with the Scott Himmelstein Group. All right, so we're back for another new construction home tour, and we're back in Valencia, California at the Tesoro Highlands. So again, this built by Toll Brothers. This is part of the Tesoro Highlands master plan community. We're in Valencia, California, about 40 miles north or so, I would say, from downtown Los Angeles. You get off the I-5 freeway. A lot of people take Copper Hill to be able to get over to this community. So the two main builders right now, that's Lennar and Toll Brothers. That's where we're at today with that Toll Brothers. We're looking at the Altamont Collection right now. This is a two-story home. This is the Arpina. So we featured the Rhea and the Chara, the model homes, on our channel before. I'll put those links in the description for you to be able to take a look at and be able to compare. But if you're wondering what the Arpina looks like, then you're going to want to watch this video. And so this one's a 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, and over 4,700 square feet of living space. So it's a great home. I'm going to show you everything this home has to offer. It's also a quick move-in home. So one of the things to keep in mind here is that this community is almost all sold out. Obviously, they're still in the building process right now, but if you wanted to build from scratch, there's only about 25 homes left, and it takes about 10 months for a two-story home, and then for a one-story home, it probably takes about 8 months, give or take a little bit right there. So there's basically 137 total home sites when it comes to Toll Brothers up in the Tesoro Highlands. 77 of those are actually here with the Alta Collection. All right, let's turn around and start this home tour. All right, so we're going to start from the outside. And again, this is the Arpina model. So the Arpina model with 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, right? And so there's different facings that you can get, but this one has the modern farmhouse look. A lot of times we've seen the Spanish contemporary as well as the coastal contemporary, but this is your modern farmhouse facade on here. And then I love the stonework. Let's get a little closer to this. So I do love the stonework that you have here, as opposed to just stucco or basically a tile that looks and feels like limestone. But I like this look. Now, like I say all the time, that you're going to be responsible to be able to build this out here in the front yard, whatever landscaping you are going to want to have, whether it be drought tolerant or custom hardscaping. You can see some of the residents have actually moved into this community. Some of them have artificial turf. And then here you can get a better idea of what the modern farmhouse looks like on the other side. So let's move up here to the front door and let's go through our double door entry into this amazing home. So inside of the Arpina model, and this is again part of the Altamont Collection, these are all the two-story homes. And if you're looking for a one-story home, well, that's the Alterra Collection, and we feature a numerous of those videos on our channel also. So this home, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, 3 spaces in your garage, 2 stories, and 4,718 square feet of living space. All right, so let's start here at the very beginning. We're at the very front, we're at the entrance, and so you see multiple things. So first, obviously, your floating staircase. Can't wait to talk about that in a moment. But you can see all the natural light pouring in because you have those really high windows up there and extremely high ceilings right here. Take a look at the height of these, all with that recessed lighting. And then, of course, you have your stackable doors over there. We'll use those to get into the backyard a little later in this video. So you have this large great room downstairs, and I think most people are going to use this area over here kind of as their formal dining space. And then you come on over here. This is where you're going to be your living room. So you're probably going to have a couch to sort of separate that space from your formal dining area. And then over to your left, you could use this as your formal dining area, but typically, this is your flex room. So, use it as a home office, a yoga studio, a home gym. Maybe you want to keep your kids' toys here in this area so they don't get separated, right? However you want to do it, you can add doors. A lot of times you see those doors here in the model homes, but that's not an option here. And again, this is a quick move-in home. So you could close escrow 30 days or less and be in this home. So most of the homes, right, they don't have a lot of home sites left to build from scratch, only 25 total from all of what Toll Brothers has to offer. So basically, they're trying to build out as quickly as they possibly can. So if you want to have something customized in a home like this, you would have to do it after the close of escrow. All right, let's make our way over to the kitchen. So I like how they have this two-tone, this split color between the island and the cabinetry right here. This is an upgraded cabinetry that the builder put in. It's not the standard facing. And then you also have the gold handles on it. Now, I like how they were able to have the paint color. And look at this right here. This is one of the things that you even have that opportunity to store more things right there. Now, here, take a look at the backsplash, right? And so the backsplash over here, right, is pretty much going to match that same color that you're going to have on your island. So that's how this two-tone, the split color works. And then be able to get some contrast to that are the gold handles. And then on your countertop right here, this is quartz. So you're going to have a combination of brown, white, and basically a grayish black as well. This is a really large island. You can easily, as I come over back to this side of it, you can easily sit 4 to 5 stools or chairs if you would like to be able to do that. So tons of cabinetry here. And of course, this also has the Wolf appliances that are included also. Not only the double oven, but the gas range. You have the built-in microwave and the Sub-Zero refrigerator. Also, stainless steel sink basin with your gold colored faucet. And then you have your stainless steel hood as well. So what do you think of this kitchen? Now, one of the things you'll hear me talk about a lot when it comes to Toll Brothers is I highly recommend if you're building out from scratch, and it's because a lot of times on the resale side, a lot of buyers really demand, it's one of the things that they're looking for, is to have the cabinetry go all the way up to the top. So you can see that here on one of our last videos at the Alterra, at the Essen model that we took a look at. That one did not have it. This one does. And I'd say that kind of ranges about $18,000 to $20,000 is for you to be able to build up the cabinets all the way to the top. Because look, at the end of the day, you're not going to be using your daily stuff. You're not going to be putting that type of items up there. But, you don't want to be going into the garage to get maybe your holiday items, things that you may use once or twice a year. So if it was me, I would not want that. So you're going to come off over here, and then this is your walk-in pantry. So it's obviously nicely sized. And then I'm going to come out over here and tell you this. So a lot of times you see in the model, whether it be the Chara or the Rhea, and on the actual model home, you'll see this clear glass door into the pantry. That's not even offered. Even if you built out from scratch, you would have to either get it frosted or a panel door like this. So you have this nice little drop zone over here. Not really enough room to be able to put anything in there. If it was me, I know this sounds funny, but I would actually put my items that I would keep in my dining room in here. So all my china, glasses, etc. I probably keep them all in this area. And the reason for that is this way, I don't have to use up more space with a china cabinet or a buffet actually in that space. All right, let me turn around over here and right over to the right. This is the coat closet that you are going to have as you enter into the home from the garage. I'm going to show you that right here. So we're going to open that door into the garage, Fortunately, the light comes on for us. You never know these days. You have a tankless water in here, your solar system. And then remember I told you that you have 3 spots right here. So you have multiple spots to park tandem cars, and then you can park another car right over here. So let me know what you think about that. And then come on over here. We're going to make our way back into the home, back into the kitchen. Now you can see all of the windows on full display from this angle. Scott Himmelstein with the Scott Himmelstein Group. So what do you think of this Arpina model home here at the Tesoro Highlands by Toll Brothers as part of their Altamonte collection? This home, again, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, 4,718 square feet of living space. And so this is a fantastic home. All right. So let me know what you guys think about that one. Again, if you're new to new construction, new to our channel, I would say reach out. But there's so many people like yourselves that maybe they're not in the market right now, but they have questions, whether it be about Toll Brothers, other builders, new construction here in Los Angeles, what the process is, because I work for you, not the builder, and you don't have to pay me a single cent out of pocket. So that's really important to remember. So definitely here to be able to make this process easier for you. And we'd like to be involved from beginning to end, whether it be going over the contract right with you, meeting with you at the actual builder to kind of have you sign the contract, and then be with you through the design center, be able here to be a resource, ask you any questions that I can help ask you, right, to kind of make it a little bit easier, because there might be things that a lot of times that you may not have thought of when it comes to new construction, because new construction, a lot different than resale for sure. And so again, most importantly, whether it be myself or somebody else, make sure you're all definitely represented by an agent when it comes to new construction. It's for your advantage. And I can't tell you how many times people will come to us after that they didn't use an agent and they regret it because they would have liked to have had someone in their corner to advocate for them. All right, let's get back to the home tour. All right. This is a feature that I probably get asked about more than anything else when it comes to Toll Brothers, and that is their floating staircase. Pretty beautiful and spectacular, don't you think? All right, so this is a massive upgrade. I would say 60% of our clients go for the floating staircase. I think obviously there's cost in that. Obviously that's a big upgrade if you decide that you're going to be able to go in for that if you're building from a dirt lot. And then obviously you have the glass handrail also. That being said, some people, because they have smaller kids, they have pets, so they don't want it. If you did not have this floating staircase here, and it was just a standard staircase, you would have a space underneath it. You would have like a storage space, like kind of like a mini closet. So even better, if you remember earlier in this video that we showcased to you that closet right there, that walk-in closet right off the garage. So I think it's even more important and crucial here, because otherwise you really don't have a place to store anything. But I do love the design of it, and we're going to walk up this momentarily. And then you do have 1 bedroom downstairs, 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom right here. So this is an upgraded carpet for this home that the builder put in. Again, you have that same cabinetry that you find in the kitchen. You have a standard quartz countertop, and then this here is the bathroom in the downstairs bedroom. You have the standard tile in your shower enclosure. All right, then let's go out here. There's a couple more things to show you, and then this bedroom, before I forget, also has a walk-in closet. Now we're going to make our way over to this side, and essentially we're traversing past the double door entry, and then this is where you're going to have right here your half bathroom downstairs, because remember we said 5.5 bathrooms, and then you have this area for storage. Over to your left, let's hope the light comes on, there we go. And then your laundry room is going to be downstairs. I don't know how I feel about that, because you have most of your bedrooms upstairs, so I would like to have the laundry room upstairs. But you know what? You will get some cardio for sure. You do have the built-in cabinetry. This is an upgrade. And then you have the gold handles, the same quartz countertop that we just saw in one of the secondary bathrooms. And of course, you have the Kohler sink. All right, now we are ready to go up the floating staircase into the second level. And while we do that, let's talk about a few things. Some of the questions that always come up when it comes to moving into new construction. Homeowners Association dues. So the HOA, approximately $345 a month, and this will cover the maintenance and operation of the common areas with the Tesoro Highlands community, including entry monuments, gated entry, and the recreation area, the common area landscaping, the parkway landscaping, the streets, and even the property management, which is by a company called Keystone. Upstairs, immediately to your right, when you make your way off the staircase, you're going to have a loft. So this loft area right here, also carpeted, and another great area to entertain. You can see it's hooked up for everything you could possibly ask for right here. And so again, another space, you can use it as an extra family room, a home office, and so many different options. While we're up here, I wanted to give you a different vantage point of the glass railing here. This glass along here, as opposed to the standard railing, this is a big upgrade. So the builder put in a lot of money into this home. All right, let's take a look at some of the other bedrooms on this level. And while we do that, let's talk about property taxes, because that is a massive question that I get asked about by you guys. And the current base tax rate, including the Melrose, is approximately 1.85%. So if that's something, that you're trying to figure out and decide whether or not the numbers make sense, so now you have that information at your disposal. And then there's the school. So the schools are really good up here. So Tesoro del Valle Elementary, that's going to serve K through 6, and that's usually typically rated 9 out of 10 by greatschools.org. And then there's Rio Norte Junior High School that serves 7 through 8, and that is usually rated 9 out of 10 by greatschools.org also. Your high school is going to be Valencia High School, and that one is rated 9 out of 10. And again, you can see here, you have your standard tile and quartz in your bathrooms in the secondary bedrooms. All right, we're getting closer to the primary suite, but you do have one more bedroom up here that we haven't showed you yet. Once again, you're going to see that standard tile right here, that this is what comes with the house, as well as the tile on the flooring. But this is an upgraded carpeting. So I will tell you that this is not your standard carpeting that you would normally get. Okay, now this last room here, this is where you're going to be able to store all your equipment for security, Wi-Fi. This is where it all goes. Approaching your primary suite, you'll have your linen closet to the right. And then here, you can see the sun basking in through the windows right over here. And then take a look at this. So your bed's going to go over here. And then you can see your connection for your TV that you'll be able to put in this room. You also have your own thermostat up here on this level. You have this tile down below. And then you have this really large walk-in closet. Yeah, just kind of show it to you from north to south. Kind of pan around. So this is a pretty large closet. Now, like if you were building this from scratch, Toll Brothers offers some really cool options, and typically that can run between $40,000 and $50,000, but they do look pretty cool. But I don't know if I was spending the money on that. Okay, now we've made it into your primary bathroom. You have your dual sinks, right? Your dual vanities, again, with the same kitchen cabinetry that you had down below on your kitchen, the same handles. You have the gold color handles on your faucets, right? And then you even have your hand sprayer right here in your soaking tub. So they even upgraded from the standard, chrome that you typically see on your soaking tub. They even upgraded that for you. And then turn it around here. I'm going to open this up for you so you can see you have a sitting bench in your shower enclosure. Here, they did upgrade the tile. So this tile that you basically see from top to bottom, and you have your rain head shower head here as well, and your niche to be able to put in all your soap and shampoo. So let me know what you think about that. And of course, you got some large windows in here, and then come back over here, you'll be able to see kind of like what the backyard looks like from this space. So that is your primary suite. Let me know what you guys think of that room. Gone through the stackable doors, the multi-stacking doors, to be able to show you the backyard here. And like I tell you every time when it comes to new construction, the backyard's going to be delivered to you as a dirt lot. I can recommend several different contractors to you, but you will have to have your plans approved by the HOA. So we recently were at another builder and they told us that someone, a new homeowner, asked if they could build corn in the front yard. That's right. They wanted to grow corn in their front yard. That was obviously denied. So most of the stuff, my point being, is that they do approve it, but within reason. So if it's something, that's pretty standard, you're not going to have any issues. If you're growing corn, be prepared to be denied when it comes to that. So of course you have this overhang right here with your LED lighting and the built-in surround system right there above. And this is what your backyard is going to come to you as. Scott Himmelstein with the Scott Himmelstein Group. So what did you think of this Arpina home? Again, this is part of the Tesoro Highlands Alterra Collection. These are the 2-story homes, and you've seen the Chara, you've seen the Rhea, and now you have a chance to see the Arpina here. So again, a massive home, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms. And so I think if someone's looking for a home this size, especially up here in Valencia, this is probably going to fit the bill. Listed at just under $1,950,000 at the time of shooting this video. So if you want more questions about this video, you have more questions, maybe you're not sure the differences between a move-in home and what you should be asking the builder and negotiating. That's the big thing. We've been negotiating massive incentives right now with the builders when it comes to their quick move-in homes. Dirt lots, it's a little harder because they're not as motivated, but man, I'm seeing massive negotiations. We recently negotiated one with Toll Brothers. We had basically got $200,000 in incentives for our clients. So if you need help doing that, and some people, it's like going to the car dealership, right? Like nobody really enjoys being able to do that. Some people do, by the way. But my point being is that, hey, maybe you want someone to kind of ask on your behalf. At the end of the day, the worst they could do is say no. So reach out to us about that. Love to be able to help you through the entire process. New construction is really one of my specialties. And while we do a lot of resale, we've helped so many buyers like yourself when it comes to new construction. So we'd be honored to help you through that journey, through that process, to be able to get you into your dream home. I'm Scott Himmelstein with the Scott Himmelstein Group. Hope you enjoyed this video. And thanks again, most importantly, for watching. And we'll see you on the next home tour.